Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rick. Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Hope you guys are having a good day. And I feel like everybody watching this video knows and understands that the cheating problem within Call of Duty, especially within the last 5 or 6 years, has only gotten worse. Whether you're playing rank play multiplayer, ranked Warzone, normal multiplayer, zombies even, doesn't matter. It is a big issue within the Call of Duty community. I mean, it has gotten to the point where it's so bad that so many people are leaving the franchise to go to other games like Battlefield 6. And that's why I'm making today's video. I saw this video on my timeline from T-Dog Smitty called WoW, one of my favorite content creators recently. He's really doing a great job. All of his stuff is in the description below. But within this video, he goes over the Battlefield 6 anti-cheat called Javelin and how it's doing against these weirdo cheaters that are out there in this world. I mean, it's actually pathetic. And I just want to see what he has to say and give you guys my honest thoughts and opinions as well. So I really appreciate it if you guys hit that like button, smack it like it did something dirty to you, subscribe if you have not already. Comment your thoughts down below. Is the Call of Duty anti-cheat doing a good job? Is it doing bad? Do you feel any type of difference? Let me know what you guys think. But other than that, let's get into the video.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about in this video today.
Let's do it. Come on.
I was scrolling on Twitter yesterday. Yesterday was Black Friday here in America. It's the day after Thanksgiving. It's this day where everything kind of goes on sale. People buy stuff online.
Is Black Ops 7
I
on
think
sale?
you can get these prices no matter what. Most of the time, I don't even know half of these are actually deals, but
Black Friday is a total scam. Do not fall for that bullshit. You heard it here first. Continue with the video. Come on.
that's another rant for another day. We don't need to get into all that stuff. But the two things that I saw yesterday, well, one of them will actually be back the second half of this video, but two things that I saw on Twitter yesterday that absolutely shocked me. And it was two things that Battlefield did that Call of Duty, again, needs to be aware of and more than likely needs to copy, especially right now. So let's get into both of them. The first thing that I was scrolling, this was kind of like everywhere. Everybody was talking about it because in modern day gaming, we all know how important this is, and that is on the topic of hacking, cheaters, blah blah blah. Now
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't really understand the thought process of a cheater. I can't really get in that mindset of being that much of a pussy to where I go out there, grab my parents' credit card and say, yeah, I'm gonna get some cheats for a game because I'm ass and I feel like ruining everybody's day. I really can't get in that mindset. I know there's some people that like to do it to troll. Again, it's just very weird to me. It's very just immature. I don't know. If you guys know, if you guys are cheaters, let me know. Why do you cheat in a video game? What's the point? It's just something that seems to be getting worse, and these kids think it's a good thing to do, and then they try to become pros, and they even cheat in tournaments. You start to see, I'm not saying Call of Duty, but like you see it in the past of other games where people are literally cheating to try to win stuff. Like, are we okay mentally as a gaming community? I don't know. Let me know what you think.
We obviously know Call of Duty has had a very, very poor history with hackers going back to MW19, introducing crossplay, and then Warzone comes out, it's free to play, and I mean,
that's the biggest issue right there.
You almost expected a hacker every game back in 2020 and 2021. It was just something that you dealt with, and over time, Call of Duty has gotten a little better, but
I'm not gonna lie, I think it was probably the worst I've ever seen last year during Black Ops 6. I mean that with the utmost honesty. Like, every single time I would try to play ranked, whether it was PC or console, when they added in console only, it was a little bit better, of course. But when I played on ranked play multiplayer, there seems like always a cheater once you hit platinum or diamond. I straight up. And if there wasn't a blatant cheater, there were people that were very sus, and just the integrity of the game and just having that trust in the game was lost. And you saw it in Warzone, and the problem with Warzone being free is that if somebody gets banned, they just make a new account, so the problem is always there. I don't think it's gotten better, I'll be honest with you.
It has not improved that much, to be honest, in my opinion. Now we'll talk about that in a second, but obviously we know Battlefield is Call of Duty's competition right now. Arc Raiders, yes, and we have some other things that we'll talk about with Arc Raiders as well. But
just gonna say real quick, I have not faced a single hacker in all of my time at playing Battlefield, whether it's RedSec or normal multiplayer. Just want to make sure I say that.
Battlefield is kind of the main competition in terms of first-person shooter. It has a battle royale now. And this tweet, it came out from Battlefield themselves, giving us an update on their anti-cheat. And I think that this is absolutely insane. Let me read some of this for you. Let's start off with just the #1 tweet. EA says that 98% of all Battlefield 6 matches were fair and free of cheater impacts.
98% is disgustingly good. Like, that's amazing. For the year 2025, with all the people we know coming from the Call of Duty community trying to cheat in the Battlefield community, 98% is insane. Like I said, I've never seen a cheater, and I've never been sus of anybody playing this game, Battlefield 6. It's been a phenomenal experience, and that's all I want within Call of Duty. I can't say the same for COD. I really can't. And there's never that trust, because we all know the anti-cheat is shit over there. But 98% is awesome. They should be very proud of that number.
98%. I mean,
that's a lot of games,
now,
man.
there's some other stats here, and I won't bore you with some of them, but I feel like some of these are important to tell you. 2.39 million cheat attempts were blocked so far with their Javelin anti-cheat. 367,000 on launch weekend. What are these people doing? Do these people?
That's what I'm saying. Like, think about all these people trying to cheat in a video game. What is wrong with you mentally where you actually go out of your way to try to cheat and ruin everybody else's experience? Are you that dog shit at the game? Like, you really want to spend your money, your parents' money, I'm sorry, to cheat? Like, shout out to fucking Javelin. 2.4 million cheat attempts, and they stopped 2.4 million. Like, wow.
Do not have jobs? Do these people not have a life to try to get better at a video game?
That's what I'm saying.
190 cheat vendors and programs were detected.
Awesome.
And 96% of them are already failing or offline. I mean, literally, Battlefield's anti-cheat is doing insane work. And I've mentioned this to a lot of you guys while we've been live and doing all that stuff. And I've actually been playing a bunch of Red Sec. Like, I've not really created content on it.
I need to start playing it again.
Games that me and my buddy get on, we hang out, we chill. There's no real pressure to make content, because there is a different content brain that you have to have.
Dude, Red Sec is so good.
Thinking about.
I need to start playing Red Sec. The problem is, so many of my boys, my IRL friends, they just don't play video games anymore. It's hard for me to play with randoms on Red Sec, because when I tried that, some of these randoms are just rough. I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of them are rough. You guys know how it is playing as a solo queue player. But Red Sec, I miss that so much. Such a good experience.
About games and it's nice to have a game where you're just chilling.
Whoa, look at this editing.
Around, having fun, farting around. And that has been Red Sec for me. And me and my buddy have talked about it. We have not ran into one single cheater.
Exactly.
I mean, at least in my opinion, there's never been an instance where I'm like, okay, how the heck did that guy know where I was?
Yep.
Okay, that guy's definitely using aimbot because he.
And the craziest thing is, even in Red Sec, you got drones that ping you and stuff. So like, sometimes you're like, how the hell did I die? But you realize, like, oh, there's a drone, or like, even though it's even with the drone pinging you and stuff, it still doesn't look that sus. Call of Duty, you can't say the same thing.
Killed us in 3 seconds. We have been having a great time, and I think that is a huge point to be made when you're comparing both of these games. You know, we've talked about Battlefield in terms of how the movement is and how it's kind of back to boots on the ground, guns up.
I love it.
The
I love it.
skins are kind of the real thing. And on top of that, to have a working anti-cheat where you know you're good, you're playing fair matches, and everything is on a level playing field, it makes you want to play that game more. It makes you want to support that game more.
And I want to make sure I say this. Nobody here, T-Dog or myself, is saying that there's zero cheaters playing Battlefield 6. Of course there's cheaters. Of course there's going to be clips out there of people showing cheats and stuff like that. Most of the time, I would guarantee you those cheats are probably detected, and you could play for maybe a game or two, and then your ass is banned. So they're trying to get a quick, easy buck from you. I'm not saying there's no cheaters in this game. I'm not saying there's all people cheating on Call of Duty, because of course Call of Duty is, you know, detecting some shit over there as well. But it's clearly not as good as Battlefield 6. I just want to make sure I made that clear.
Go back to Call of Duty right now. Obviously, Black Ops 7, I think, is doing a decent job, because both of these games had introduced that secure boot thing, and that's with the new Windows 11, and I think you have to turn it on through the BIOS settings, and it's a whole thing. Like, it's
crazy work.
Kind of annoying to do, but it does help with hacking.
Yes.
And BO7 has had that. And I think it's improved the hacking issue over on Call of Duty.
I would love to know what you guys think about this. Again, I'm so sorry for pausing, but I'm giving a reaction to give you guys my thoughts and opinions. I truly think that the hacking is not looking as bad in multiplayer because Warzone is that dead. I feel like when Season 1 drops with the new Resurgence map, and then down the road when Blackout drops, they're calling it Blackout, when that drops, I truly think the hacking is going to really show that it hasn't really gone away, because people don't want to cheat in a multiplayer game that they spent money on. It costs $70 to buy Black Ops 7, total scam, total bullshit, DLC, not worth that much money. I don't think it should be worth more than 30 bucks. 30 bucks is pushing it as well. But nobody's going to go out there and like cheat in a multiplayer game and get banned and then have to rebuy the game again. I don't think that's why, I truly think that's why we don't see that many cheaters in multiplayer right now. But when Warzone starts picking up and starts putting out content next spring and stuff, we'll come back to this video and I'll show you guys how exactly right, because when that shit's free, a lot of people like to cheat in Call of Duty. A lot of people like to cheat in Warzone.
But they need, and why I'm making this video is they need to have a complete redo of Ricochet,
They're not gonna do that.
Change of how they're doing their
that costs money
hunting thing.
That costs money, T-Dog. They're not gonna do that.
Because the one thing that I like about with Battlefield, when I boot up Battlefield on my PC, it takes a second to open because it's bringing up their Javelin anti-cheat, very similar to Fortnite when it opens up. I was gonna say Epic. I know that's not what it is. It's like Battle Eye or something like that. And
does Call of Duty not do that?
Prior and loads it, and then it puts you into the game because it's trying to detect if you got anything wacky going on.
Does Call of Duty do that? I have Battlefield 6 on my PS5, so I don't know like the difference in the loading up of the game.
And with Call of Duty, it just kind of boots up. Obviously, if you don't have the T,
there we go. There's the answer.
T2P or whatever, it'll knock you. But after that, you know, you can get around it. And Call of Duty people, the people with no jobs and no life have gotten around it. So
they always do.
My thought is, these Battlefield saying this stuff, it actually feels confident. Rather than when Call of Duty used to come out, and this is part of my thing here too, is Call of Duty used to come out like every 6 months and be like, if you were around during 2020 and 21, they would come out and be like, cheaters, you don't belong here. You don't have a spot here. And then we would just...
They invite cheaters to COD Next events, to Treyarch Studios, people that have been permanently banned before. But no, cheaters don't belong there. Can't make this shit up.
Get hacked on for an entire year straight. And they did that like every January. it was like a generic response from the PR team.
AI generated,
Call of Duty, or hackers, you don't belong here. We're kicking you out. We're doubling down on the anti-cheat. And then they would just run rampant during Cold War, Modern Warfare 19, and Vanguard. So a lot of the trust
Black Ops 6, MW3,
has been lost by the player.
MW2.
If you go into a Call of Duty game nowadays, let's be honest. If you die in a weird way, what's your first thought? What's your first reaction?
Cheater.
What's the first thing that comes out of your mouth? I mean, even I do it sometimes. It's like, oh, what's up? Is that guy sus? What's going on? What?
Now, we have to be honest. They did have to add in this thing that tells you that you were either pinged by a UAV or somebody like pinged you themselves, or whatever the case may be, HARP detected, whatever, which was a good thing because there was a little bit too much, you know, hacker, you know, what were called accusations out there that were they're getting pretty bad and pretty much taken out of the, you know, just too many accusations were out there. So I'm glad that they added that. But again, it's not really the Call of Duty community's fault, because it has been a problem for so long and so many people have been doing it and so many people have been like getting better at hiding it, that I don't blame people in the COD community for saying, oh my God, that guy might be hacking, yada, yada, yada. It's just like, it's Activision's fault. What do you want us to do? You guys don't invest in a good anti-cheat. You don't make changes? The fuck?
That's weird. Oh, he might be hacking. When I play Battlefield, I don't ever say that.
Never.
I'm just like,
never.
Yeah,
Swear to God. On everything on my life, my left
and
not
with Call
included.
of Duty, you always feel like you can kind of have that excuse because, truthfully, you had that excuse for the last couple years. So,
6 years.
In turn, my thought on the first portion of this video is Call of Duty needs to copy Battlefield again. I know I've said it in a lot of videos, but they need to copy their anti-cheat.
Kind of like Battlefield's doing the right thing.
That loads up, and if it is Ricochet, their anti-cheat, I want it to pop up just like Battlefield does, and it says like, we're loading into Ricochet is checking your PC.
Now let's say this, maybe you know, the anti-cheat does do that for Call of Duty. Maybe it does. I refuse to think that it does. I refuse to think that it actually is doing a lot of these checks. I'm not a tech wizard, but just with my experience of how easy it seems to be to get around some of these, anti-cheats with Call of Duty, he has a good point. Maybe just do an entire, I don't care if it takes 2 or 3 minutes to do a damn check of everything in your computer. Do what it needs to do. I think nobody would have an issue with that as long as we could play a fair game.
And then we go into it. And the penalties need to be they need to be severe for some of these people. Like, if you find somebody wall hacking, like, their account should just be banned. And like, I don't know how serious it can get, but like, can we get to the IP? Can we ban their, their emails? And
now, when it comes to the IP, I heard somebody talk about this. Imagine if somebody is hooked up to like a college campus Wi-Fi, okay, and their IP address is through an entire college campus. If one person is cheating on the college's IP and they do a ban on the IP, the issue with that is now everybody on that college campus, and you guys know these college campuses are very big, they all will be banned from playing Call of Duty. So they can't do the IP ban, which that makes sense. I don't know like how specific you can get to like banning somebody's own hardware or whatever. But yes, he is 100% right here. There needs to be strong ass penalties for these people. Strong penalties.
Associated, and make sure these people don't play again. It's going to hurt your numbers, but it's okay. If you lose one person like that, you're going to gain a lot less money made if you ban people. More confident that your game is real. So I think you got to put a little bit more penalties in hacking.
A lot less money made if you ban people.
Time? Just kidding. Well, maybe. So Battlefield, they've done a great job. They've done a great job with the anti-cheat. I think
very
that's
happy
awesome.
with this game. Very happy.
It's been encouraging me to play the game more, and Call of Duty needs to copy this. And so that brings me to my next point. With all this going on, obviously we know the sales of Battlefield, and Battlefield's kind of been crushing Call of Duty. Let's be honest. Call of Duty has had sales that are very low compared to the last couple years. And I saw this while scrolling on Twitter yesterday. I'm scrolling, and then I see that Battlefield for Black Friday, again, this is this time where everything's kind of on sale. I see that Battlefield is on sale from Amazon for $35. And I said, excuse me? So
Battlefield 6 is dead, ladies and gentlemen. $35 half price. It's got to be a dead game. It's got to be, right? Right?
The game that is winning and beating everybody out there is going on sale for half price. I mean, that is 50% off. And from what I've seen so far as of recording this video, Black Ops 7 is the exact same price at launch. And now I know it's only been out like 3 or 4 weeks, but why are we not trying to sell more copies to get people to buy it? So more.
I mean, the old CODs are still worth $70. The Call of Duties that are made 15, 16 years ago, which are hacked up to shit, literally unplayable, where every lobby is a modded lobby. If you start doing good, a hacker will just kick your ass out of the game. They're still asking $70 for that game. Here's a simple thing, T-Dog, and I think you deep down know this as well. Activision's greedy as fuck. They're not gonna go on any sale. They know this shit's a DLC, but they're gonna treat it like it's a new game. They're gonna get all these Activision gooch lickers out there defending them, saying it's such a new game. It's not a DLC. If you're calling this game a DLC, it's a skill issue. You suck at the game. You're just a rage baiter. When everybody deep down knows it's a fucking DLC, and they just want as much money as possible. That's why it's not on sale.
People are playing your game. This reminds me, and this is going to take some people way back because some of you guys don't even know this happened, but when a game, I've said it before in a previous video, there was a game back in the day. This is an NBA reference here. There was a little game called NBA Live. Now a lot of you in this video have no idea, but just hang with me for a second. NBA Live was the greatest basketball game ever. Nobody matched it. Nobody could touch it. It outsold everything every single year, and it was just the king of basketball games.
What the hell?
And there was a little game that came out one year called 2K. You may be familiar with that game. Well, this was pretty much a startup game, and how they started to kind of chip away at NBA Live was they made their game $19.99. So in an era of video games being $50, 2K comes out and makes their game $19.99. And people went, I
mean, let's be real. $70 for some of these games is kind of insane. It's kind of insane. I think Battlefield 6 is definitely worth $70. I'm very happy with it. It takes years and years to make that game with just all the destruction, all the graphics put in there, just everything that that entails into making that game, I'm willing to pay $70 for it, because I know it's going to be a few years, 3, 4, 5 years until the next Battlefield comes out. And if they do the right thing by, you know, copying Battlefield 6 and you're just doing some, you know, changes to the next Battlefield by, you know, taking the community feedback, whenever, and make that game better, $70 is worth it. Now, Call of Duty, though, like he's probably going to say here, $70 for a yearly release, which just doesn't feel different. It's like the same with like Madden or like 2K, like he's going to say. It just doesn't seem right to charge that much money for a game that's just like a copy and paste with some changes of maps and here and there stuff. I don't know. Like, it's just, and you're not going to go on sale for Black Friday or try to get more people to play your game.
You know what? $19.99? I'll try it. Why not?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. And then on top of that, they were actually making a better product at the same time. Kind of rings true to what's going on right now. Regardless if you're a Battlefield or a Call of Duty guy, fanboy which way or the other, Call of Duty, people think that they're not making a good product, and Battlefield is. And Battlefield is now $35 and Call of Duty is $70. What do you think that they're going to buy? On top of that, I said I was going to talk about Arc Raiders. Another fantastic game.
It's like 40 bucks, right? Yeah.
$35, $40. Realistically, you could get Arc Raiders. You could get Battlefield 6 for $75. That matches Black Ops 7.
Yes.
And then you
get 2 games if you buy Battlefield 6 on sale for the price of 1 game, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which is a fucking DLC. Like, it's a no-brainer. It's a no. I still need to get Arc Raiders. Everybody keeps telling me to get it. I guess I need to get it. I have no idea how to play the game. I gotta do some, you know, video tutorials, but probably gonna have to try it.
have a free battle royale with RedSec. Why on earth would you play Call of Duty right now? Why is Call of Duty not out here matching the prices of these games? And again, I'm here. I want Call of Duty to be successful. That's why I'm making these videos. I want them to be
same here,
like
T-Dog.
they were at one point.
T-Dog, same here, but I'm called a Rage Bear. I don't know if you get comments in your videos saying that you're just hating on COD for views, whatever, which I don't even think T-Dog's hating. He's just stating what he thinks to make the game better. Kind of like what I do. I just do it with maybe a little bit more intensity, which is fine. I'm just so pissed off with this fucking franchise that I just have to go and make these videos, but I'm very happy T-Dog makes these videos. Great videos, great content creator, slowly becoming one of my favorites. Has been for a while. And just, we all want COD to be better. It's a simple thing to say. We all want COD to be better, and it's just simple stuff that I feel like can be changed to make it better, yet they refuse to do so. I don't know.
I want them to be top dog. So guess what? Summary of this video, Call of Duty. Let's get an anti-cheat loading in prior to the video, prior to when you boot up. And then second, let's match these prices here, folks. What the price match?
It's not gonna happen.
When Best Buy did it to keep up with Amazon?
Not gonna happen.
Call of Duty's got to keep up. Get that price down to $35. Let's match the intensity here. And with all the content coming out, give people a reason to play your game. But anyway, guys, hey, that's another rant.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a video from T-Dog himself. Sadly, T-Dog, I don't think that's going to happen, and I would love to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think Call of Duty will ever go on sale? I'm not talking about like $10 off. I'm talking about half price like Battlefield 6 did to get more people to play the game. There is no way in hell, ladies and gentlemen, I ever would think that will happen. Do you think they're going to have a working anti-cheat? I don't know. I don't think so. I've been playing this game for a long time, and it's only gotten worse, it seems like, which is like, I don't even know how to comprehend that, because I feel like with every single year, technology gets better, so shouldn't the anti-cheat get better? But somehow it doesn't. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, but woo, yawning right there, boys. I was, oh man, tired, boy, tired. Long day, long weekend, shit-ass weather in Chicago. Let me know what you guys think. I would really appreciate for you guys to hit that like button, smack it like you did something dirty too. Comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe if you have not already, but other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm trying to stream. I just have no desire to play any of these games right now. Like, I do like playing Battlefield 6, but like, I don't have any desire to play any fucking game after work, because I'm just dead from the workout, from working, and from dealing with the dogs. I'm just dead. So, see you guys in the next one, whether it's a video or a stream. Hope you guys have a great day. I'm out this bitch. Peace.